Welcome back to Winning Law. I'm attorney David Nguyen with offices in Houston, Texas. Today we're talking about the public charge rule and the new changes that are coming your way. If you've been following immigration news, you know that this rule has been back and forth depending on who is the current president. So let's break it down into simpler terms. What is public charge? Public charge is a test that immigration officers use to decide if someone applying for a green card is likely going to be a public charge or use government benefits in the future. If the government officers believe that the foreign national will, they will deny the case. So what happened before? During Trump's first term, when he was president the first time, the rule was made much harder. Immigrants had to show way much more than just IRS tax transcripts and W-2s. In the past, officers wanted to see a lot of things like credit reports and credit scores, tax returns for prior years, proof of income and employment history, bank statements showing balances, records of any prior bankruptcies, all current debts like credit card statements, car loans, student loans, prior use of public assistance programs, health insurance coverage information, and education and job skill records like your school transcripts. The idea was to paint a full financial picture and make sure only foreign nationals who could support themselves or have a qualified sponsor would qualify. But for many families, this was overwhelming. It meant gathering stacks of documents and worrying that even small debts or past hardships could be used against them. And we still remember at our law firm how confusing this was for families. The forms were complicated, the instructions were unclear, and it took a lot of work to gather all of the documents. People were forced to hire immigration attorneys just to make sure that everything was done correctly. Because the process, it was so complicated. Then, fortunately, Biden came into office and reversed all of the policies that Trump made in 2022. Under Biden's rule, the test was simpler. Officers only had to look at whether or not someone had received cash assistance or long-term care paid for by the government and their prior tax returns from their sponsors. That made the process much more predictable and less scary. So what's happening now? On November 19, immigration announced a new proposed rule. Trump wants to go back to a stricter version again. The new proposal would remove Biden's limits and give officers more power to look at all kinds of benefits and not just cash assistance. That means things like Medicaid, food stamps, housing help, and maybe even other programs could be considered. This will make the process more subjective and make it easier for immigration officers to deny your case. Officers can weigh many factors like your health, age, income, education, bankruptcy history, and whether you or your family ever used benefits before. It's harder to predict outcomes, and it could mean more requests for evidence, more delays, and more denials. So why does all of this even matter? If this rule goes into effect, sponsoring someone to live in the U.S. will be much, much harder. Families may have to provide more financial documents, and immigrants may also feel pressured not to use benefits even if they qualify. The public comment period ends on December 19, and the rule could take effect as early as January. That's why it's so important to file your immigration applications right now. Again, thanks for watching Winning Law. I'm attorney David Nguyen, and we hope that we have made immigration easier to understand.
At David Nguyen's Law Office, we are here to help you. We bring families together through immigration. And on the other hand, we help you find solutions. All your legal needs in the hands of people who care, who are there for you. We'll take care of your loved ones at the The law office of David